Hi there, wig lover. This is Heather from CysterWigs.com, bringing you yet another wig review. This one is of another Jon Renau Fall 2016 collection wig. This is the Miranda monofilament side part lace front wig. This is the color 42730. So yeah, I love this wig already. I've only had it on my head for a couple seconds. I just took it out of the box because I specialize in right out of the box reviews. And I promise after I take the cap off to show you what the inside looks like, I'm going to comb it, I'm going to readjust the part a little bit so it's not all zigzaggy so you can see what the mono part looks like. But my initial impression is extremely positive of this one because I think the volume, the density is light. It's manageable, you know, because Ciara, which I also reviewed today in this shoot, is a lot of hair. It's a beautiful wig. I think on me it looks fantastic, but it's not going to be great on everybody because it's got so much hair. This one, on the other hand, the Miranda, has very light hair density, particularly on the top and the sides, which I think is going to be appropriate for essentially everybody who slaps this one on. It's just very light, easy breezy, and the fact that the layering is just so well constructed. Like down here, look at how light that layering is. I haven't combed this yet, and it's just so loose. You know, it starts way below the jaw, so it doesn't draw extra attention here, doesn't add extra bulk down here to like the soft jaw, as I like to call it. So I just find this one very flattering. It reminds me a lot of Giselle, actually, and all the more flattering attributes of Giselle. But it's just, you know, got that really light, manageable density that I think is going to be very flattering on a lot of people. So let's go ahead and show you what this one looks like on all sides, and then we'll talk some specs. Yeah, I just think this one's going to be dynamite on basically everybody. It's lovely. It's a beautiful long wig, and it feels really nice on. This one says it's 5 ounces, but it doesn't feel like it's 5 ounces. It feels substantially lighter on, and I think that's due to the fact that it's got this nice open cap that's just really, really breathable, ventilates well, and it's just really comfortable on. I have a big head, and I just find this cap really, really, really comfortable. So yeah, let me show you this front lace line. As you can see, it's got a really nice contour to it, and it does have really tiny, tiny little knots, which we love. Check out the mono part. I'm going to readjust this part on camera for you. They always come with a zigzag part in the factory. That's how we can always tell when someone's messed with the part when they're trying to return something, by the way, so don't mess with the part. Because we can always tell. But yeah, all these wigs always come with the zigzag part, and there you go. Now you can see a little bit better how that part actually looks, and it's got really beautiful, relatively dense knotting. Again, first run wigs are always the best, and this is definitely a first run wig. Beautiful, tiny little knots. And you can see this beautiful coloring, by the way. I love this color, this 42730. People ask me all the time what's the difference between this color and the shaded peach color. They're extremely similar colors. You can probably tell that by showing this up close. They've got the exact same colors in them. It's just that this color's got more of that dark brown in the mix, whereas the shaded peach, the brown is basically just in the rooting. And then it's got that auburn, the medium auburn with the lighter auburn as a highlight, whereas all three of those colors are evenly blended together to make this 42730. It's definitely an auburn color, but that dark brown in the blend really tones it down and helps make it look a little bit more natural. It's highly dynamic, but it definitely doesn't have any noticeable highlights. It's just very natural looking and very subtle, very pretty color. So if you're torn between the two, just ask yourself, do you really want highlights and rooting, or do you want it to look a little more subtle and natural? If highlights and rooting are your jam, you should go with the shaded peach instead. If subtle and natural is more your bag, then you should go with the 427/30. It makes your choice a lot easier, doesn't it? So let me go ahead and talk some specs. The bang is not really a bang. It's just a really long front. It's 10.25 inches. Then the crown down, I'm like swimming in the front of this one. I put it down like that because it's so long. The crown down is 12.5 inches, very long layers all over this wig. The sides are 11 inches and the nape is 12. So as you can see, this one is almost middle of my back. Not quite. I mean, it's like right below the shoulders, you know? So it's like in between, below the shoulders, in the middle of my back, sort of, you know, if that makes any sense whatsoever. I probably just mangled the way I was going to say that, but whatever. Hopefully visual makes more sense than word soup does. Oh, Heather. So anyway, really nice coverage here on the sides. Really good coverage here on the sides. Yeah, I'm feeling this one. I like this one a lot. I think it's really, really flattering. So I'm gonna go ahead and take this one off now so I can show you what the interior of the cap looks like. The Jon Renau line does not have many monofilament part wigs, so it's kind of a rare thing for them, but it's well done. I mean, they do a lot of things well, so why wouldn't they do this well? So very nice monofilament side part, nice lace front. They do have a little bit of permatease here on the side. It's hard, it would be impossible, let's just say it. It'd be impossible to make a monofilament part wig that does not have permatease on the side here, because if you didn't have something there on the side to obscure the tracks on the open part of the cap, you'd be able to see every single individual track. That is way worse than permatease any day of the year. Trust me, you don't want that. It'd be bad, okay? So the little bit of permatease here on the side is a way better compromise. Open sides, open back, breathes beautifully. This wig is one of those long wigs that breathes really, really well. I mean, obviously I was just saying that. It's very comfortable on. Very nice extended nape, like the adjustable Velcro, very stretchy. Oh, I love how stretchy this one is on the sides. Beautiful. It has these lovely closed felt ear tabs. I'm probably going to end up keeping this one. It doesn't have that big old pop of permatease at the crown that some of their wigs have. Love that too, because not everybody wants the bump it look. Oh, love it. Now I'm going to go ahead and comb her out a little bit more so you can see what she looks like when she's nice and relaxed, which is going to be more akin to what she's going to look like when you're wearing her. These layers are not necessarily what I would consider curly curls, you know? Like the trend is not necessarily super curly curls. It's more like deconstructed curls or like loose curls or waves. See that? How loose that is? Just, oh, it's delicious. Love it. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and put this one back on so you can see what that looks like. I love this hair. I think it looks gorgeous. It would look beautiful pulled over to the side. It would look beautiful in a loose pony. I mean, the coverage on the side is really good, so you could do a lot with this as long as, you know, your bio hair that pokes through matches to a certain extent. Let me go ahead and show you what this one looks like on all sides one more time, just because it's so darn pretty. Oh, I love this one. Miranda, be mine forever. Okay, here we go. Yeah, so as I said already a bajillion times, I'm in love with this one. I think it's really gorgeous on. I think it's going to be really flattering for a lot of people. The layering is delicious. I think it's cut in a really beautiful, very flattering, easy to wear way. Make sure you get your silicone spray with this one though. I mean, if any of you have ever bought any of these long Jon Renau wigs before, you know you need to get your leave-in conditioner game tight and right, okay? Because the very baby-fine denier of their fibers means that these wigs look great for like a week, and then they start to get kind of snagged at the bottoms. So if you want them to stay nice, I've got a product on my site that I found, you know, when they discontinued the leave-in I used to use all the time, the BioTerra, I got real bummed out, and I started experimenting with other products. And I found this stuff called Simply Styling that actually one of my customers recommended as a replacement for the BioTerra. And it's better than the BioTerra. It's wonderful. And it works like a dream on these wigs. So I really recommend it, especially on the bottoms of these synthetic long Jon Renau, Ellen Villa, any of the long wigs that have the baby fine denier hair like these wigs do. I mean, they look beautiful, they move beautifully, especially right out of the box, but long wigs tangle really quickly. They tend to fall apart faster. So if you want to help them last a little longer, you're going to want to help prevent static damage, and that's what those silicone, the silicone spray really helps with. So I highly recommend, if you pick up one of these wigs, picking up some of that stuff with it. I mean, it might seem a little pricey, but I promise you a bottle of that stuff will last you an eternity. Well, maybe not quite an eternity, but a long time, because I mean, a little bit of that stuff goes a long, long way. You don't want to put too much on because your hair will feel like an oil slick, but just a little bit will help a ton at the bottoms. Your hair will last a lot longer, and you'll be a lot happier with the way your wigs wear, especially these long ones. I promise you, it helps a lot. So with that little caveat, I highly recommend this one, especially for fall. It's gorgeous. So again, this has been my long-winded review of the Miranda wig by Jon Renau in the beautiful 427/30 color. Again, it's very similar to the shaded peach, but it doesn't have the highlights and it doesn't have the rooting. It's the only real differences, okay? So again, if you want highlights and rooting, go with the shaded peach. If you want them all blended together and you want more subtle and natural, go with this one. So until next time, have a great afternoon and check out my wig store. Just www.cysterwigs.com. CysterWigs. Until next time, have a great night. Bye-bye.